My beloved child, I am speaking directly to you. This very moment is not a coincidence, but it has been marked in the history of your life long before you drew your first breath. I know you are carrying within your heart questions that seem to have no answers. I know you are weary from schemes you never foresaw, and I know you have tried to shoulder everything on your own until your strength has nearly drained away. But today I come not only to comfort you, but also to unveil the hidden veil so that you may clearly see the truth about the battle surrounding your soul. What you are hearing now is not merely a voice, but a warning, a torch to keep you from losing your way in the night. You have wondered why some people outwardly show affection yet inwardly harbor jealousy. You have noticed the unreadable glances, the half-hearted words, the smiles lacking sincerity. You brushed them aside because you did not want to believe that those who once walked with you could turn away. But now I declare this to you: you must not ignore the signs any longer. Quiet conversations have taken place. Secret decisions have been made without your presence, and your name has been placed on the table as if it were an offering. I see all of it clearly, and I will not allow you to walk into the circle unprepared. Know this: the enemy does not waste time attacking the worthless. They aim only for those who carry the seed of glory. Remember my words in Psalm 2:7-1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? You may have read it, you may have heard it, but now you must live in its truth. You need not tremble before the schemes, for my light will shine even into the deepest darkness. Believe that every lie being spun will ultimately entangle the one who wove it. All you must do is stand firm, pray, and guard your mind from being shaken. Do not let anger drive you. Do not let fear possess you. And do not let haste push you into reckless choices. You must remain silent before men, but cry out boldly before me. The quieter you are before people, the louder my voice will resound in your soul. The more you refuse to react from emotion, the more my angels will be lost to fight on your behalf. My child, you are standing at the threshold of a new season. But before you enter, betrayal must be revealed so that you will not be dragged into false bonds. I allow the contrary winds to blow so that you may see clearly who truly stands with you and who only pretends. Do not grieve over separation, for this very cleansing will protect you from deeper wounds in the future. You have prayed for me to reveal, and now I am showing you. Therefore, open your eyes, keep your spirit steadfast, and do not retreat. You are not a victim of schemes. You are the one chosen to walk through and to overcome. The enemy may devise plans within 2 hours, but I have prepared you since before the foundation of the world. You will not be brought down. On the contrary, I will use this very betrayal as a stepping stone to lift you higher. And when that happens, all glory will belong to me, the Lord your God. My child, let your soul be still in this moment, for I am about to lead you into a deeper revelation. The world around you may be filled with noise, with chatter, with schemes rising up, but I want you to learn how to listen in the silence where my voice resounds the clearest. You have become accustomed to running after the explanations of men, striving to prove yourself in the eyes of others. But today I teach you a spiritual principle. Your victory will not come from arguments or debates, but from learning to hide yourself in me. When you take refuge in me, you step outside the control of men, and in that very place their plans become powerless. You do not need to expose yourself to seek recognition, for I, myself, will be the one who vindicates you before all. There are those who have forgotten that I am the one who sees in the dark. They believe that their whispers are unheard, that their agreements signed in secret remain unknown. But I have seen, and I have recorded it in the book of heaven. You do not need to worry that the truth will remain buried. Rest assured, for there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open Luke 8:1-7. This is not an empty promise, it is a spiritual law. Truth may be covered for a time, but it will rise like the dawn, unstoppable by any power. Allow my time and my justice to work, for every plan against you will be consumed by my light. Understand this, the attack you are facing is not merely an ordinary act of betrayal. It is a sign that you are approaching a critical turning point in your spiritual journey. The enemy does not waste effort on souls that carry no weight. He invests only in those who bear a great calling. He strikes not because you are weak, but because he sees the strength I have planted within you. Remember Joseph in the scriptures. Betrayed by his own brothers, cast into the pit, and thrown into prison, yet every scheme pushed him closer to the place I had prepared, where he became the source of deliverance for an entire nation. Without betrayal, Joseph would never have entered the palace. So do not fear betrayal. See it as evidence that you are walking in the right direction. I know your heart trembles. I know the heaviness you feel at the thought that someone once so close has turned away. But my child, let this pain teach you wisdom. Do not let it harden you, but allow it to make you mature in faith. Do not grow bitter, do not harbor hatred, for vengeance does not belong to you. Vengeance is mine. I will repay, says the Lord. Romans 1:2-1-9. You need only to keep your heart pure, and I will take care of justice. You do not need to prove your worth before them, for I have sealed your worth with the blood of my only Son. Within the next 3 hours you will see signs confirming these words. It may come as a message that seems harmless, a strange glance, or an offhand remark that stirs unease in your heart. Do not dismiss it. These are the signs I am giving you to know that I am still in control, that what I have spoken is true. But you must not react instinctively. This is a test to see if you will place your trust in me. If you grow angry, if you reveal yourself too soon, your plans will be exposed and the enemy will shift his strategy. Keep the holy silence. Let my peace be the garment that covers you. In that quiet you will be clothed with a strength no man can shake. You must understand that I do not merely wish to warn you, but to prepare you for elevation. This very storm will wash away the circle around you, so that when I lift you up, none will be able to drag you down. Betrayal is only the dust that must be shaken off before you enter the new house I have built for you. Therefore, instead of fearing, prepare your spirit. Pray more fast if needed. Separate yourself from the noise so that you may hear me more clearly. For once you overcome this test, you will step into a season of glory greater than you ever imagined. And in that moment, all who conspired against you will be forced to witness my hand raising you high. My beloved child, I know your soul wavers between fear and faith, between the sting of betrayal and the longing for protection. Yet it is in this fragile moment that I want you to remember you are not alone. When you open your eyes and see only false faces, when you hear laughter lacking sincerity, that is when you must turn to me, the one who knows the heart of every person. Nothing escapes my gaze. From whispers in the dark to secret documents drafted in silence, all lies within my sight. And now I am pulling back the veil for you to see that what you thought was random has only been the enemy's design to shake you. My child, remember the times I have delivered you in the past. When you thought you had fallen into the abyss, I stretched out my hand and lifted you up. When there seemed to be no way out, I opened a path in the middle of the desert. When you were falsely accused, I sent forth the evidence to vindicate you. So why now do you doubt that I will continue to do the same? I am the one who never changes, the one who has declared, I will never leave you, nor forsake you. Hebrews 1:3-5. If I have held you in my hand before then, even today I am holding you, and tomorrow I will do the same. All you must do is trust, for my faithfulness does not depend on your perfection, but on my unchanging nature. In the hours to come, you may find yourself severely tested. The words you hear may sound persuasive. The faces you encounter may seem friendly, but you must pray for discernment. Do not believe everything you hear, do not walk through every door that opens before you, and do not assume every invitation comes from goodwill. Some things are cleverly disguised, yet within them lies a snare meant to halt your steps. I have stationed the Archangel Michael to guard you, but your part is to walk in wisdom. If you are careful and walk in clarity, their schemes will collapse before they ever take form. Picture the image described in Psalm 2:3-5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Yes, you do not need to worry about what is happening behind your back. I am preparing a glorious banquet in the very presence of those who once sought to cast you aside. You do not need to establish your own righteousness, for I will do it myself. You need only to walk in trust, for when I set the table, no one can cancel the feast. Those who once sought to bring you down will have to witness you being lifted up, and in that moment the glory will not belong to you, but to me, the one who fought on your behalf. Know that every delay you are facing is not failure, but divine arrangement. I allow you to wait, so that you will not step prematurely through counterfeit doors. I allow moments of rejection, so that you will not be bound to relationships I never ordained. I allow the tears, so that you may learn to depend on me rather than your own strength. But be assured, after every delay comes a greater opening. After every closed door, a new one will be opened, and this time no one will be able to shut it. Prepare your spirit. Do not let yourself be swept into chaos. Do not react from emotion. Do not let anger lead you astray. Spend time in prayer. Bow your knees. Call upon the name of Jesus, for in that name there is power to shatter every scheme. When you pray, remember your words do not fall into empty space, they ascend directly to my throne. Pray with the assurance that you are speaking to the one who holds all authority in heaven and on earth. You do not need eloquent words, you only need sincerity. It is sincerity that moves heaven, and my angels will be sent because of you. See this trial as training. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, so your faith must be tested to be made firm. Do not complain about the fire, for it will make you shine brighter. Do not fear betrayal, for it only exposes false ties. And do not be troubled by words spoken behind your back, for once I have spoken, all other words are but passing wind. Stand firm in the truth, keep faithfulness in your heart, and remember that this battle does not belong to you. It belongs to me. You need only to walk in obedience, and I will take care of the rest. My child, I know you have stumbled, wept in the night, and sighed in loneliness, feeling abandoned. But remember, you are not forgotten. I have recorded every tear, listened to every groan, and prepared a great reward for your faithfulness. Wait patiently, for the moment of your vindication is drawing near. Trust, for I will not break my promises. Be strong, for what lies ahead is greater than what you have left behind. You will not only pass through, but rise higher. You will not only be saved, but exalted. And in that moment the world will know that you belong to me. My beloved child, you are not merely facing a temporary circumstance, but a part of the great battle between light and darkness. What you see in daily life is only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it, movements take place in the unseen realm, where angels and opposing forces clash every moment. Your name is mentioned in those conversations, not because you are small, but because you carry a sacred treasure I placed within you from the beginning. The enemy sees the light in you, the very light you yourself sometimes have not recognized, and they know that if it fully ignites, it will break chains that have bound generations. This is why they do not cease to try to extinguish you. I want you to remember the story of Daniel. When he prayed, I sent an angel with the answer, but the enemy in the spiritual realm resisted, delaying the response for 21 days. It was the Archangel Michael who intervened to break the opposition. Daniel 1:0-1-3. Do you see? Even fervent prayers can encounter resistance, but in the end, Daniel's prayer was answered and a great revelation was released. The same is happening with you. Some of your prayers that seem unanswered are in fact being contested in the spiritual realm. The enemy does not want you to receive the response, but I tell you, this delay is not denial. My angels are fighting to break every barrier, and the answer will come at its appointed time. You must understand that the betrayal you have experienced, the slanders spoken, and the schemes devised against you are not isolated events. They are part of a calculated plan meant to make you doubt the very identity I have placed within you. If they can make you believe you are unworthy, rejected, or cast aside, you will relinquish the authority that is already yours. But engrave this truth upon your heart: you are my chosen creation, fearfully and wonderfully made, appointed for a great purpose that no one can steal. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 2:9-11. What I have ordained cannot be altered by any power on earth or in heaven. Hold fast to this faith like a shield to quench every flaming arrow of doubt the enemy hurls against you. The attack you are facing is itself a confirmation that you are standing on the threshold of a breakthrough. When Moses was a child, the enemy stirred Pharaoh to order the killing of Hebrew boys. When Jesus was born, King Herod unleashed slaughter upon the infants of Bethlehem. Why? Because both children carried within them a calling powerful enough to alter history. And now, when you feel the pressure mounting, when the assaults come relentlessly, understand that the enemy is terrified of what is about to be revealed through your life. If you carried no worth, you would not be targeted. The very hatred aimed at you is proof that you are carrying a divine mission. My child, do not mistake this for a battle you can win with intellect or personal strength. This is not a fight of swords and spears, it is a spiritual battle. I have given you weapons against which no force can prevail: prayer, praise, and the power in the name of Jesus. When you kneel and pray, heaven itself moves. When you open your mouth in praise, invisible chains are shattered. When you call on the name of Jesus, every demon trembles and flees. You are not alone in this fight, for I have sent my heavenly hosts to surround you. But you must use the weapons I have placed in your hand. Do not let prayer become a routine, but wield it as a sharp blade. Do not let praise remain only as sound, but turn it into a force that breaks strongholds. Remember, silence is also part of the strategy. There are times I call you to silence not because I want you to be weak, but because I want to keep the enemy from discerning your next move. They can only manipulate what you expose. Therefore, be careful with every word, every decision. Do not share the sacred with those I have not appointed. Do not open your heart to those who only seek information to distort. Guard your steps closely, but open your heart wide to me. When you do this, every scheme will be rendered powerless. I want you to stand firm. Do not tremble before threats. Do not grow weary under delay. Do not be surprised when those once close to you turn away. All these are signs that you are nearing a new season. Lift your eyes beyond the present and see the radiant future I have promised. Let your ears attend to my voice above the noise of the world. Let your heart rest in my presence, for in my presence no darkness can remain. You will not be cast aside. You will be lifted up. And when that happens, all will know that your God is faithful, the one who turns betrayal into a platform for glory. My beloved child, lift your head and look ahead, for what you face now is not the end, but a turning point in the journey I have ordained. You feel surrounded by lies, caught in suspicion, but remember, truth does not need you to defend it, for truth stands on its own. Keep your heart pure and steadfast. When the enemy seeks to paint you guilty before others, I will provide the evidence to clear your name. When they attempt to shut doors before you, I will open doors no one can close. I have declared, If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:3-1. Therefore believe, for vindication comes not from you, but from me, the Lord of justice. The pressure you feel now is a sign that I am preparing something great. What belongs to me must always be tested. Gold cannot be purified without fire. A seed cannot sprout unless it breaks open in the soil. In the same way, your soul cannot mature without refinement. Do not see these days as punishment, but as shaping. I am stripping away what is unnecessary, false ties, flesh-born plans, so that you may stand stronger, ready for what I am about to give. Learn to view trials not through fear, but through hope, for hidden within every trial is a promise. My child, the enemy cannot steal your destiny. He can only attempt to make you doubt and surrender what I have already placed in your hands. If you let go, it will be because you believed his lies. But if you remain steadfast in faith, every scheme will fail. That is why I tell you, stand firm, hold tightly to the promise, give no ground to fear. Remember my word in Isaiah 5:4-17, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is not merely comfort, it is the unshakable truth that you cannot be defeated when you remain in me. I see how many times you have poured yourself out for others only to have some turn against you. Do not let betrayal make you bitter. Bitterness will spoil the seed I have planted within you. Instead, let forgiveness soften your heart. Forgiveness does not mean accepting falsehood, but freeing your soul from the chains of hatred. When you forgive, you reflect your Father in heaven, who has forgiven you countless times. Forgiveness keeps you above where the schemes of men cannot reach. Leave judgment in my hands, but guard your spirit in peace. In this very moment, it is crucial that you learn to discern which voice is mine and which belongs to the enemy. Some words may sound wise at first, yet they lead into a snare. Some doors may appear to be opportunities, yet they are nothing more than dead ends. I will grant you clarity to distinguish if you are willing to listen. Do not rush, do not act in haste, slow down and pray. As you walk under my guidance, you will avoid every trap. You do not need to fear making mistakes, for I am the one who steadies your steps. As long as you remain in me, every step you take is held in my hand. See this trial as a call to lean on me more deeply. When every source around you runs dry, that is the moment I invite you to return to the true fountain. When others abandon you, that is when I show you that I will never forsake you. When you feel empty, that is when I long to fill you. I am your source, your strength, your joy, and your peace. You do not need to search elsewhere. Everything you need is found in me. Do not forget that the enemy is trembling, for he knows the hour of heaven's intervention is drawing near. The more urgently he plots, the more swiftly I move to overturn his plans. Within 3 hours you will see a sign, as I have promised. It may seem small, but it will be enough to confirm that I am at work. Do not dismiss this sign. Treasure it in your heart, for it is my way of assuring you that you are on the right path. Afterward, you will see each step unfold, clear, steady, and secure. Be strong, do not fear. Do not fix your eyes only on your opponents, but lift your eyes to me, the one who holds the outcome of this story. You will not be struck down, for you were created to stand firm. You will not be cast aside, for you were born for an eternal purpose. You will not be forgotten, for your name is inscribed in the palm of my hand. And in the appointed time you will rise stronger, brighter, and more steadfast, because I am with you. My beloved child, you have heard me speak of betrayal, of schemes, and of refinement, but there is one truth above all that you must hold fast to. I allow the storms not to drown you, but to forge you into a spiritual warrior. Without waves, you would never learn how to steer. Without adversaries, you would never know the taste of victory. I do not call you to be a bystander, but one who is ready to rise to turn every difficulty into a step closer to the purpose I ordained. That is why you must not see this trial as humiliation, but as an opportunity to grow. Remember Job, the righteous man I permitted to endure trials beyond imagination. He lost his wealth, his children, his health, and was even accused by friends. Yet in the end I restored him double because he did not let go of his faith. Job declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job 1:3-1-5. Do you see? True faith is not proven when all is well, but when in the midst of pain you still choose to trust me. You too are in a similar place. Some wish to bring you down, some conspire to erase you. But you must choose to stand firm, for when you remain faithful, I will work wonders. I will turn loss into increased tears, into harvests of joy. My child, in every battle victory does not come from the strength of numbers, but from my presence. Joshua did not bring down Jericho with swords, but with obedience and a shout. Gideon did not need 10,000 men. 300, with trumpets and jars, were enough to rout an army. What made the difference was not what they held in their hands, but my presence in the fight. The same is true for you. You may feel weak and alone, but when I am with you, no force can overcome you. You must learn to see what natural eyes cannot see. When Elisha was surrounded by enemies, his servant panicked. But Elisha prayed, "Open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see." 2 Kings 6:1-7. And the servant's eyes were opened to behold the hills full of horses and chariots of fire surrounding them. My child, you too are encircled by such heavenly armies. The enemy may conspire and gather, but he does not see that my host already stands in place. Ask me to open your spiritual eyes so you do not view your circumstances through fear, but with the assurance that I am guarding you. Do not forget that this battle is not only about you. It concerns the generations to come and those whose lives you will impact. The enemy seeks to silence you because he knows your silence would cause others to lose hope. But if you stand firm, if you endure, then not only will you be saved, but also those connected to your mission. I am building a spiritual legacy through your life, a lamp that many will see and by which they will find their way. So do not regard this trial as your burden alone, but as part of a greater plan where I am shaping you into a beacon for many. Prepare yourself for change. I am shaking everything to reset the order. Those who are not genuine will be removed. Doors not from me will close, but at the same time, new opportunities will open, new paths will be set before you. Do not cling to what is old, for it no longer fits the season I am leading you into. Learn to let go, even when it hurts. For only when you release what is dead can you receive the living thing I long to give. You may ask, how can I endure this? Remember that your strength does not come from yourself, but from my Spirit. As it is written, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:1-3. That strength will come when you kneel in prayer, when you lift your heart in worship, when you place your full trust in me. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need me, and I am enough. I will supply you with strength each day, not lacking even a drop. When you step out of this season, you will see that you are no longer the same. You will be stronger, clearer in vision, and more steadfast. The things that once made you afraid will no longer hold power. The words that once wounded you will no longer touch you. You will walk as one who has been trained, as an instrument sharpened for purpose. And in that moment you will become a living testimony that I am the faithful God, the one who turns ashes into beauty, betrayal into opportunity, and trials into triumph. Therefore stand firm, continue to trust. Do not fix your eyes on the storm, but on the one who holds the storm in his hands. Do not listen to slander, but to my voice speaking within you. Do not fear the future, for I have already gone before you to prepare the way. You will not be erased. On the contrary, you will be lifted up. And when that happens, the whole world will know that you are mine, and I am your God, the one who keeps every promise and fulfills every word I have spoken. My beloved child, I want you to understand that what you have just endured is not a random sequence of events, but part of the spiritual training I have long prepared for you. You have been placed in a battle not to be defeated, but to become a victor. And now I want to open before you a new vision, the journey from confusion to certainty, from the shadows of doubt to the light of unshakable faith. Yes, you have heard the whispers of the enemy. You have seen the deceit of men. But all of these served one purpose, to make you realize that only in me will you find a firm foundation. Remember when Israel stood before the Red Sea with the Egyptian army behind them, they thought it was the end. They wept and despaired, but I said to Moses, "Tell the people to go forward," Exodus 1:4-1:5. And when he raised his staff, the waters parted, and the people walked on dry ground. My child, your situation is the same. Before you stand what looks like an impossible wall. Behind you, the enemy presses hard. But I tell you, keep walking, move forward in faith. For as you step out, I will open the way. You will see the sea divide before your very eyes, and the impossible will become possible. You have asked me many times for a sign for clear confirmation, and I have told you that within 2 hours you will see it. You do not need to search in panic, for I will bring it to you plainly, so that your soul will know without doubt that I am speaking. When you see that sign, hold it as evidence that I am with you. Treasure it in your heart, for it will be the lighthouse that leads you through the night. Do not let anyone steal that confirmation with doubt or mockery. It is given to you alone, so that you may know I am the faithful God. I want you to recognize this truth. My protection is not only to keep you safe, but to bring you into the place I have destined for you. If safety were my only aim, I would have kept you from every battle. But I allow you to pass through storms, so that when you look back you can say, if it had not been for the Lord, I would never have made it. You will become living proof of my power, and others will be encouraged through your story. Therefore, do not pray that I remove every difficulty. Pray instead for strength to go through it. When you do, you will find yourself more mature, stronger, and wiser than ever before. I know you feel exhausted. I know you have asked, why me? But my child, I chose you not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. I see in your heart a longing to live according to purpose, and it is that very longing that makes you an instrument in my hand. The enemy seeks to use your weakness to make you give up, but I use those same weaknesses to display my strength. As Paul wrote, "When I am weak, then I am strong," 2 Corinthians 1:2-1:0. Therefore do not be ashamed of your frailty. Surrender it to me. For I will turn weakness into strength, brokenness into restoration, what you thought was the end into a beginning. My child, what is happening now is preparation for a new season. I am cleansing, removing, and reshaping. False relationships will be exposed. Plans not from me will collapse. Things that seemed secure but were traps will be revealed. Do not grieve what you lose, for if it cannot remain, it is a sign it does not belong to the new season I have prepared for you. Instead of clinging to the past, open your hands to receive the future. Instead of staring at what has fallen, look at what is being rebuilt. For I am doing a new thing, and you will be part of it. Remember, you are not called merely to survive, but to walk in abundance. You are not called merely to endure the storm, but to become proof that I am the one who turns storms into pathways. You are not called merely to avoid traps, but to be one who breaks them for others. You will be used to encourage, to strengthen, to guide. The wounds you once bore will become testimonies. The tears you once shed will become seeds for a new harvest. And when you tell your story, many will believe in me, because they will see that I have done the impossible in your life. Keep praying, keep praising. Do not let the enemy steal your song, for when you sing, chains fall. Do not let him steal your prayer, for when you pray, heaven moves. Do not let him steal your faith, for when you believe, you open the door to miracles. Trust that I am at work even when your eyes do not yet see. Believe that I am shifting things even when you cannot yet feel it. And know that the end of this story will not be a failure, but a resounding victory. You will pass through and you will be lifted up. You will not only be protected, but you will be blessed. And when all is complete, you will lift your head high and say, "It was not by my own strength, but by the hand of the Lord." Then all glory will belong to me, and you will become a living testimony to my everlasting faithfulness, my beloved child. I want to engrave upon your heart a truth that cannot be shaken. What the enemy has built to bring you down will become the very tool I use to raise you higher. You once trembled at slanderous words. You once felt your heart break at betrayal, but look again and see how I have turned it all into opportunities for your growth. Not a single step you have taken is meaningless. Every tear you have shed I have recorded, and every sigh of your heart has reached my throne. My child, standing tall for the hour of vindication and exaltation is drawing near. I told you from the beginning that the schemes of the enemy will not succeed. They may plot, they may plan, but once I have spoken, everything else is but nothingness. They believe they can twist the truth, but it is the truth itself that will expose them. They think lies will strip you of your place, but those very lies will turn against them and shake their own foundations. Remember my words in Psalm 3:7, 1-13. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. You see, I am not unsettled by their plans, and you too need not be afraid. I am holding the entire story in my hands. In this season, what I am calling you to is not argument, but steadfastness. Not self-defense, but walking in powerful silence. I do not call you to silence because you are weak, but because I want your silence to become a weapon. When you refuse to react out of emotion, you strip the enemy of his weapon. When you do not answer slander, you give space for me to speak on your behalf. Allow me to be your defender, for I have declared, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Psalm 2:3-5. That is not an empty promise, but a reality that will unfold before your very eyes. Understand this. Those who leave you in this season are not a loss, but a release. If they could depart, it means they were never meant to be part of the future I have for you. Do not cling to hands that have already withdrawn. Do not mourn the doors that have closed. Simply trust that I am discerning on your behalf to protect you from deeper betrayals. Do not see separation as emptiness, but as purification. Just as a farmer pulls out weeds so the wheat can grow, I am removing the hindrances so that the seed I planted in you will produce a rich harvest. This is the season I am teaching you to discern my true voice. Many voices will rise around you. Many opinions will try to guide you, but only one voice is trustworthy, the voice of the Holy Spirit. Learn to listen not with your ears, but with your heart. When you sense peace, that is the sign I am speaking. When you feel unrest, even though everything appears reasonable, that is the warning not to proceed. Do not rush. Do not let human pressure push you into wrong decisions. Simply bow down and pray, and I will grant you clarity. Remember, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 2:9-13. My child, do not let the past hold you back. Do not let betrayal overshadow the light. The future I have prepared for you is far greater than the losses you have endured. I am preparing a banquet for you, a place that no one can take from you. And when you step into this new season, you will see that every brokenness was only a step toward a greater rebuilding. You will lift your head high, not because of your own strength, but because I was with you. I held your hand, and I brought you through the fire without even the smell of smoke. My child, listen carefully, for from this very moment you are crossing into a new stage. What I have spoken before was not only to comfort you, but to equip you with wisdom and courage. Now I want you to see the greater picture. The battle you are facing is not only about you, but about your family, your community, and even the generations to come. The enemy knows that if he can silence you, the light destined for many others will also be hidden. That is why the attack has been fierce and relentless. But I declare to you, you will not be extinguished. The flame I have ignited in you will burn brighter than ever, and its light will spread far, breaking the darkness around many lives. Remember that I called you from your mother's womb. Before anyone else knew you, I knew you. Before anyone assigned value to you, I placed you within my plan. I spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart, Jeremiah 1:5. This is true for you as well, my beloved child. You are not the random product of time or fate. You are the result of divine choice. Therefore, no scheme can erase that destiny. They may delay, they may cause pain, but they cannot alter the essence of what I have decreed. Do not let fear govern you. I know your heart has tightened many times when you heard of the plots woven in the dark, but remember that darkness has power only when it remains hidden. Once the light shines, darkness disappears, and I am that light. When you open your heart for me to enter, every scheme is exposed. You do not need to know every detail, for I know all things. You do not need to control everything with your own hands, for I am directing it all. You need only trust, and my light will illuminate your path step by step, hour by hour, moment by moment. My child, in the coming days you will witness a great shift. What was once a burden will fall away. What once bound you will be broken. Yet at the same time, new doors will open, and they will test you in ways you have not imagined. Do not fear, for I have already prepared you. Remember that David did not become king merely by being anointed, but by facing Goliath. Anointing always comes with testing, and like David, you will not fight alone. I will place spiritual weapons in your hand, and as you wield them, the giants in your life will fall. Keep your heart pure. Do not let bitterness creep in. Do not allow hatred to become your burden. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means releasing yourself from the chains. Forgiveness is how you declare that you belong to me and not to your wounds. Let me be the one to execute justice, while you keep your heart soft, ready to step into the new season. Remember that the enemy trembles, not when you are angry, but when you stand still in my peace. Peace is the sign that you have surrendered full control to me. And when you do, the enemy loses all power, for they cannot fight one who is no longer ruled by emotion. Prepare your spirit as a soldier, ready for battle. But this is not a battle of swords and spears. It is a battle of faith. I have given you the armor of God, Ephesians 6:1-18. Wear it daily, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. With these weapons you will stand firm no matter how vast the enemy's forces may be. You do not fight to win. You fight from the position of one who has already won. For in Christ you are called more than a conqueror, Romans 8:3-7. My beloved child, I have never abandoned you, and I never will. I have walked with you through difficult days, lifted you when you nearly collapsed, and wiped your tears in the night. Now I want you to understand that every trial you endured was only a prelude preparing you for a new chapter. In this chapter you will no longer walk as one struggling to survive, but as one who is sent. You will no longer be swayed by lies, but will stand firm in truth. You will no longer wander in doubt, but will move forward in strong and steadfast faith. Look at the examples of the heroes of faith in Scripture. Hebrews 11 speaks of them. Some crossed the sea, some brought down walls, some endured suffering without denying me. They are remembered not because they were perfect, but because they chose to trust me against all odds. You too are called to step into that stream. You are not a mere background figure in humanity's story. You are a link in my redemptive plan. Every prayer you utter, every step of obedience you take echoes in the spiritual realm and has an impact beyond what your eyes can see. The enemy may try to convince you that your life is insignificant, but in truth you are shaking unseen strongholds simply by holding fast to faith. My child, I want you to learn to walk with a confidence that does not come from yourself but from me. The world will try to make you place your worth in success, in praise, in human recognition. But I want you to root your worth in my everlasting love. When you know that you are chosen by me, you will no longer be swayed by rejection. When you know that you are loved unconditionally, you will no longer be broken by betrayal. When you know that I have written your name in the book of life, you will no longer fear being forgotten. Your true identity is not found in what others say about you, but in what I have declared over you. Do not forget that I am not only your protector, I am also your guide. As you walk in obedience, I will show you each next step. You may not see the entire road, but you will always see enough light for the next step. As it is written in Psalm 119:105, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Trust that when you pause to listen, I will whisper into your soul. When you seek me in prayer, I will grant you wisdom. When you are confused, I will open the right door at the right time. You never need to fear losing your way, as long as you hold tightly to my hand. In this season, I will teach you a lesson in patience. The enemy will try to push you into acting hastily, making rash decisions so that you fall into his traps. But I want you to slow down, to wait, and to let me act. Some meetings will be canceled. Some plans of the enemy will collapse on their own, not because of anything you do, but because I have intervened. Let patience become your armor, protecting you from the snare of impulsiveness. Remember, those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:3-1. When you wait, you are not growing weaker. You are being renewed in strength. My child, do not fear the road ahead. I know it may seem uncertain, but I have already gone before you to prepare the way. Do not fear threats, for they hold no authority over your future. Do not fear loneliness, for even if everyone else departs, I remain. Let faith be the lamp to your path. Let hope uphold your soul, and let my love be the place where you find rest. For my beloved, this is not merely your journey, it is our journey. You and I walk together, and no power can separate you from the love I have for you. My beloved child, what you have just gone through was not only a test, but a clearing of the way for the elevation that is coming. I have removed what was unnecessary around you, so that you are no longer entangled as you enter the new doors. Understand this, a new season cannot hold old burdens. That is why I have allowed the shaking, so that what is unstable may fall away. And my child, you have not lost anything, you have been set free. Remember the story of the vine in John 1:5-2. Every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. Do you see? Pruning is not a sign of my anger, but proof that you are bearing fruit. I am cutting away the things that hinder so that the life within you can be directed toward greater harvests. It may feel painful like a branch being cut, but take heart, it is that very cut that makes way for stronger growth. When I allow you to lose certain things, it is not an ending, but preparation for you to bear much more fruit. I am leading you to places your feet have never walked. There will be doors opened that you did not knock on. There will be opportunities that come unasked for. There will be unexpected encounters that change the course of your life. But to step into them, you must let go of fear and learn to walk by faith. You cannot wait for everything to be clear before moving forward, because faith is stepping when you do not yet see the whole picture. Just as Abraham obeyed and went out, not knowing where he was going, Hebrews 1:1-8, so you must walk the same way. Do not worry about the outcome. Focus on obedience. For every step of obedience opens a new part of the plan I have laid out. My child, the new season I am opening is not only for you, but for those who will be touched through you. I do not lift you up so you may enjoy the glory alone, but so you may become a channel of blessing. When I place you higher, it is so that your light may shine for others. When I give you new opportunities, it is so you may use them to bring hope to the hopeless. When I vindicate you, it is so all will know that I am faithful. Therefore walk not with pride, but with humility, knowing you are only a vessel, and all the glory belongs to me. The days ahead will bring new challenges, but you will not walk with the naivety you once had. Now you are equipped. You have learned how to discern, how to be silent, how to trust. You have come to know that strength is not found in quick reactions, but in steadiness before me. You have learned that the enemy does not tremble at your shout, but he quakes before your prayer. You have discovered that my peace has the power to bring down every dark scheme. So do not worry about new trials. See them instead as tests that prove you are ready for greater heights. Engrave this in your heart: you are no longer who you once were. The days of trembling are gone. The nights of sleepless anxiety will fade away. You have turned the page. And on this new page you will declare with certainty, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Psalm 2:7-1. Not because you are stronger, but because you know who fights for you. You no longer need to prove yourself, for my presence will be your testimony. You no longer need to defend yourself, for I will be your defender. Be ready to lift your voice in praise, not only when you see results, but now. Praise will open doors, praise will break chains, praise will shake the strongholds of darkness. When your lips sing, darkness retreats. When your heart worships, angels move. When your soul gives me glory, peace beyond understanding will cover you. So sing even while trials remain. Sing even with tears on your face. Sing because you know the victory has already been secured. Remember, I am preparing something beyond your imagination. What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love Him. 1 Corinthians 2:9. And you, yes, you are the one who will walk into it. So keep your heart steadfast, walk by faith, and wait in hope. Soon you will look back and see that every sorrow, every betrayal, every scheme was only a stepping stone to glory. And you will lift your head and say, "It was not by my strength, but by the hand of the Lord." My beloved child, I want you to know that you have now crossed the boundary of an old season. What you endured in the darkness, the schemes laid to remove you, were only the foundation preparing for the season of glory I am opening before you. You have walked through betrayal, you have felt isolation, but see these as evidence that you were chosen to carry a greater mission. You have not been forgotten, you have not been cast aside. On the contrary, you are being brought into the very center of my plan. And in this plan, no matter how violently the enemy thrashes, he cannot stop what I have ordained. I know you have felt powerless at times. You have seen doors close before your eyes and thought it was the end. But I declare, see, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Revelation 3:8. The door I open does not depend on human approval, nor is it hindered by the enemy's schemes. It is opened by my very power, and when I open, no one can close. Take heart, for that door stands before you, even now, and as you walk in obedience, you will see my promises fulfilled. My child, I am not only leading you to a new place, I am transforming who you are. You will no longer walk with a mind full of anxiety, but with a heart overflowing with peace. You will no longer tremble at threats, but will stand firm in faith. You will no longer be ruled by fear, but will step forward with courage that comes from me. This change will not come by personal effort, but through the presence of the Holy Spirit within you. He is the comforter, the guide, the giver of strength. Yield to Him, and you will see yourself renewed day by day. I am taking you to a place where you will become a witness to my faithfulness. Those who doubted you will see how I vindicate you. Those who tried to bring you down will watch as I lift you up. But it is vital that you keep your heart humble. Do not see this elevation as a reward to boast in, but as a responsibility to serve. You are not exalted to separate yourself from others, but to be a source of blessing to them. Always remember you are a vessel, not the source. And when you live in humility, the flow of blessing will remain constant, uninterrupted. Now is the time to prepare for a season of abundance. The seeds you sowed in tears will sprout in joy. The prayers you whispered in desperation will bloom into hope. The times you persevered without seeing results will become a harvest overflowing. I have not forgotten your labor. Every small act of obedience has been recorded by me, and now I will answer by blessing you beyond expectation. You will not only regain what was lost, but far more in return. Open your heart wide, for what I am about to give is greater than what you have ever asked for. You will meet new people, step into new territories, and take on new responsibilities, and in all of it I will remain the one who walks with you. Do not fear the weight of great responsibility, for I am your sustaining strength. Do not fear change, for I am your unshakable foundation. Do not fear loneliness, for I have stationed heavenly armies around you. You will never walk alone. I am turning your story into a testimony for many others. You will speak, and they will believe me. You will testify, and they will be encouraged. You will live, and they will see me through your life. Everything the enemy meant for your destruction will become a song of praise. And in that moment you will realize that not one tear was shed in vain, not one prayer was lost, and not one pain was meaningless. I have used them all to write a new chapter of glory. My beloved child, open your heart to receive this new revelation, for the days ahead are not only a time of restoration, but a season in which I am lifting you to a higher place. You will no longer live in cycles of doubt and fear, but will learn to walk as one who carries power and authority from heaven. You are not only called to survive, but to reign with me in righteousness. Remember what is written, He has made us to be a kingdom and priests to serve His God and Father, Revelation 1:6. This means you are not merely one who has been saved, but one entrusted with a sacred responsibility. You are called to bring light into darkness, to break chains where the enemy has bound many souls. My child, I know you feel weary after so many months of battle, but understand that your weariness is not in vain. It is like a body that aches after training, yet that very ache signals growth and strength increasing. So too, your soul has been strengthened through trials. You have learned how to be silent under accusation, how to trust when no way was visible, how to forgive when betrayed. These lessons are weapons no one can take from you, and now they will become the foundation for you to step into a glorious new season. Do not forget that I did not bring you through fire merely to rescue you, but to prove that you can come out without even the smell of smoke. Just as I declared in Isaiah 4:3-2, when you walk through fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. You have passed through the fire, but it did not consume you. It only destroyed the chains the enemy used to bind you. It burned away fear, dependence on man, and illusions of control. Now you are freer, lighter, and more ready than ever to receive the new thing I am about to do. My beloved child, lift your eyes toward the future with hope. I am about to give you new relationships built on truth and genuine love. The people I place beside you in this coming season will not exploit your weaknesses, but will uphold you. They will not betray, but will walk alongside you. They will not seek to steal your light, but will shine together with you even brighter. This is the reward I am giving you after you have endured betrayal in the past season. You have learned discernment, And now you are ready to step into healthy, lasting relationships that come from my very hand, my child. Do not fear the new responsibilities. I know that when you think of the future, you may feel anxious that you are not strong enough to carry the weight. But remember, I have not called you to do it alone. I have called you so that I might work through you. When Moses feared because of his weakness in speech, I told him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." Exodus 4:1-12. The same is true for you today. You do not need to possess every skill. You need only obedience. As you obey, I will fill you with wisdom, strength, and timely words to fulfill your calling. This is the time for you to live more watchfully than ever before. The enemy may try to plant complacency in your heart, making you think the work is finished, that you no longer need to be alert. But I want you to remember this: the higher the elevation, the stronger the opposition. Yet you need not fear, for I have fully equipped you. Always clothe yourself with the armor of God, remain steadfast in prayer, and feed your faith daily with my word. Just as a soldier never lays down his weapons, even in times of rest, you must remain always ready. Do not forget, every step you take in trust drives the darkness back. Every prayer you lift opens the way for heaven's intervention. Every time you choose forgiveness over retaliation, you defeat the enemy in ways he cannot comprehend. Every time you praise me in the midst of trial, my angels are dispatched to act. You are not weak, you are my warrior. And in this new season, all of heaven will march with you, so that you may complete your mission in full. Therefore, be steadfast and strong. Remember that I am the one who goes before you, the one who is with you, and the one who guards you from behind. No one can touch you without my permission. No curse can rest upon you, for you are covered by the blood of the Lamb. And no scheme can prevail, for I have already written your name in the book of victory. You will enter in, you will stand firm, and you will witness great miracles unfold in your life, my beloved child. Now that you stand on the firm foundation of faith, I want you to understand the deeper meaning of what is taking place. Every trial was not merely to make you stronger, but to prepare you to carry greater responsibility. You are not living only for yourself. Your life is a living letter that many others will read. I am writing upon your life words of hope, perseverance, and victory. When they look at you, they will see me. When they hear your story, they will know that the faithful God is still at work in this world. Do not be surprised when I place you in situations that feel far beyond your ability, for it is in those very places that my strength is revealed most clearly. If you could do it by yourself, you would not need me. But when you are powerless, that is when my power is displayed. Remember what I said to Paul: my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 1:2-9. Therefore do not be ashamed of weakness. Offer it to me. Let me turn what you see as limitations into opportunities for my action. For when others see you overcome, they will know it was by me, not by you. In this new season, I am calling you to live in wholeness, not human perfection, but completeness in me. This means you will no longer be pulled by lies, nor bound by fear. You will no longer struggle for recognition, for you will know your true worth. You will no longer compare yourself with others, for you will understand that you have a unique path appointed by me. As you walk in this wholeness, you will be free, and that freedom will confound the enemy. He will no longer be able to manipulate you, because you will no longer seek validation from him. Remember, I am not bringing you into a broad place only for your enjoyment, but so that you may become a source of blessing. You will be called to encourage the discouraged, to strengthen the weak, and to guide those searching for light. See this calling not as a burden, but as an honor, for not everyone is chosen, but you have been chosen. I see in you a willing heart, and that is what pleases me. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:1-6. My beloved child, do not forget that your faithfulness in the small things will open the way for you to step into greater things. Remain faithful in prayer, faithful in obedience, faithful in keeping your heart pure. I see every hidden act you do out of love for me. I see the times you chose forgiveness instead of retaliation. I see the times you chose patience over anger. None of these are in vain. They are seeds, and in their season they will bloom. A great harvest is drawing near, not only for you, but for all those whose lives are tied to yours. Prepare yourself to enter into a new phase of spiritual refreshing. What once terrified you will lose its power. What once bound you will be broken. You will walk as one who has been set free, no longer bowing your head under accusation, but lifting it high with confidence in me. And in that confidence you will open the way for many others. You will become a living witness to the truth that, if God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:3-1. Therefore keep your heart steady in peace. Continue to pray, continue to praise, continue to trust. What I have spoken will surely come to pass. What I have promised will surely be fulfilled. You will look back and realize that every step, even the painful ones, have led you to a place of glory. And in that moment, you will declare with joy, "The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy." Psalm 1:2-6-3. My beloved child, I want you to step into the deepest part of this journey, where you will understand more fully why I allowed the storms to come. I did not only want to protect you, I wanted to transform you. I did not only want you to escape the snares of the enemy, I wanted you to mature into a spiritual warrior, one who can stand firm and shine for others who are lost. Look back over these past days, and you will see that it was in the darkest nights that I was refining your faith. It was through betrayal that you learned to lean wholly on me. It was in loneliness that you felt my presence most clearly. And now you are no longer the same. You are stronger, wiser, and more steadfast. My child, you have asked me many times, why did they turn their backs on me? Why did those I loved betray me? I know those questions pierced your heart. But understand, this betrayal revealed who truly belonged with you and who did not. If they could leave, then they were not destined to walk with you into the new season. Do not see their departure as loss, but as release. I had to cleanse the circle around you so that only those truly faithful would remain, because what I am about to entrust to you is too great to be shared with deceitful hearts. Just as I reduced Gideon's army from 10,000 to 300 judges, 7:7, I am doing the same in your life. I do not need numbers, I need purity and truth. Remember that every trial you endured carried within it a seed of miracle. Not one of your tears was wasted, not one of your prayers was ignored. Every time you sat in silence thinking I did not hear, heaven was already moving. You are like Daniel when he prayed, and the answer was sent from the very first day. Daniel 1:0-1-2. But the forces of darkness tried to delay it. In the same way, your answer has already been appointed, though the enemy sought to hinder it. Yet they cannot hold it back forever, for I have sent my hosts to break every chain. Now you will see my faithfulness revealed clearly, and you will know that I was never silent. Now is the time for you to rise in the authority I have given you. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are a conqueror in Christ. I have placed in your mouth the sword of my word. I have clothed you in the breastplate of righteousness. I have entrusted to you the shield of faith. Use them daily. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are weak. You are a bearer of power, because my Spirit dwells within you. When you pray, heaven moves. When you declare my word, darkness retreats. When you praise me, prison doors break open. Therefore do not walk as one in fear, but as one fully equipped. My child, there is a generation waiting to hear your story, souls needing the encouragement that only you can bring. You thought your wounds were only marks of pain, but I will turn them into living testimony. As Joseph said to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 5:0-20, so you will declare the same. Betrayal did not destroy you. It carried you closer to the throne of glory. And from that place you will not live only for yourself, but you will become a source of life for many others. My beloved child, prepare your heart to step into a new season of abundance. I will grant you opportunities you once never dared to dream of. I will open doors you never knocked upon. I will cause those who once despised you to witness the elevation I have reserved for you. But keep your heart humble, for this exaltation is not for your pride, but for my glory. You will stand in the light, and that light will draw many, not because of who you are, but because I dwell within you. Do not fear the next trial. Do not think that once you have overcome, you will face nothing else. Remember, every trial is another level, and every level is preparation for greater glory. Just as David, after defeating the lion and the bear, was made ready to slay Goliath, so too the smaller battles have prepared you for the greater ones. And I promise you, in every battle, I will be with you. Not for a single moment will you ever fight alone. My child, you are chosen. I chose you not because you are strong, but because I desire to show my strength through you. I chose you not because you are perfect, but because I long to perfect you in this journey. I chose you not because you are worthy, but because my grace is sufficient for you. And when it is all complete, you will stand among the community where I have placed you, and testify that the living God still moves, still speaks, and still redeems. This is the moment for you to lift your head high, to step out of the night and welcome the dawn. A new light is breaking forth, and it will not only illuminate your path, but will shine for many others as well. Do not look back. Do not cling to the past. Fix your eyes forward where I have laid the way, and trust that what you are about to see will far exceed all that you once imagined. My child, open your spirit and listen, for now I desire to reveal to you the depth of the plan I am unfolding. You may think you have reached the end of the journey, that the greatest trials are behind you, but in truth, this is only the beginning of the glorious season I am leading you into. Do not let your heart be quickly satisfied. Let it remain open to receive even greater things. I am the God who does immeasurably more than all you ask or imagine, Ephesians 3:20. And what I am preparing for you is not merely to deliver you from snares, but to place you in a position you never thought possible. I have seen your perseverance when no one stood beside you. I have seen your prayers in the midnight hours when no one else was listening. I have seen you choose the narrow way when the wide way would have been easier. These choices seem small, but they became the foundation for this new season. Just as David was faithful in tending the sheep in the wilderness before being anointed king, so too you have been faithful in unseen places. And because of that faithfulness, I will entrust you with greater things. I never overlook a drop of your sweat or a tear you have shed for my sake. I know your heart still carries wounds not yet healed. The lies, the scornful looks, the rejections, they have left their marks. But let me touch them and heal them. Let me replace painful memories with memories of my faithfulness. Let me turn your wounds into glorious scars, so that every time you look back, you no longer feel pain, but remember the hand that carried you. Do not fear the past, for it no longer holds power over you. Let it become a testimony, a witness, that you passed through the fire and lived, that I preserved you from destruction. In this season, I am calling you to walk in the authority I have given you, no longer in fear but in boldness, no longer with weak prayers but with declarations of power, no longer shrinking back but advancing in faith. You have heard the enemy speak long enough. Now let my word thunder from your lips. Stand and declare, I am a child of the living God. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am covered in the blood of the Lamb. I am called and chosen. As you proclaim it, the darkness will tremble, for it knows you no longer live in blindness, but in the true knowledge of who you are. My beloved child, I also want you to understand that this elevation comes with responsibility. I will place you in a position of influence, but that influence is not for your own satisfaction. It is so you may become a voice for the weak, a strength for those who stumble, and a light for those still lost in darkness. Just as Joseph was placed as governor not for his own glory but to save a nation from famine, so you too will be placed where you can bring life to many. Do not see elevation as a reward but as an assignment. And if you walk humbly, I will continually expand your influence. I will grant you new wisdom. In the former season, you had to learn discernment to avoid snares. In the new season, you will need wisdom to lead, to build, to guide others. I will place in your heart ideas and strategies that you will know did not come from your own mind. When you sit in silence, I will whisper. When you pray, I will reveal. When you walk, I will open the way. And you will know it is me at work, because what I accomplish through you will far exceed your natural ability. Do not be afraid if you feel inadequate. That very feeling is a sign of health, because it keeps you dependent upon me. If you thought yourself sufficient, you would lean on yourself. But when you know you are not enough, you run to me. And when you do, I will fill you, strengthen you, and act through you. As Paul declared, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13. So it will be with you, not by your own might, but by the strength I give, and in that dependence you will become unshakable. I want you to understand that the enemy will not stop testing, but he will never defeat you, for I have already declared that victory belongs to you. Each trial only proves you are on the right path. Each obstacle only shows that you are nearing the goal. Do not fear opposition. See it as confirmation. If you carried no value in my plan, the enemy would not waste his efforts against you. His resistance only confirms that you are chosen, that you bear a mission hell cannot endure. I affirm to you, in the coming days, you will see unmistakable signs of change. What I have promised will no longer remain words on a page, but reality in your life. I will vindicate you. I will expand your influence. I will bless you abundantly. But above all, I will make you a living testimony, so that whoever looks at you will see my faithfulness and my power. And when that day comes, you will not be able to claim the glory for yourself, but will lift your head and declare, "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." Psalm 118:2-3. My child, prepare your heart, for the new season has come. Remain watchful, walk in humility, live with strong faith. I have spoken, and I will bring it to pass. No scheme can stop it, no lie can destroy it, no enemy can overcome it. You are mine, and what I have written about you, no one can erase. My beloved, now I want to bring you to the conclusion of this journey, not an ending, but the beginning of a new era in your life. Every word I have spoken, every warning, every strengthening, every season of trial, all have led to this moment. The moment you rise, walk in glory, and know beyond doubt that your destiny is no longer hidden. You have walked through the fire, yet you do not carry the smell of smoke. You have faced betrayal, yet your heart has not been shattered. You have endured loneliness, yet you have never been abandoned. And now you will walk in the radiant light I prepared for you before you were even born. Do not forget, everything has a purpose, and I waste neither your pain nor your tears. Every wound, every sigh has become a seed I have planted in the field of your life. Now you are about to witness the harvest of righteousness and grace. What you thought was lost will be replaced with something better. What you thought was stolen will be returned many times over. Just as Job was restored twice after all his trials, Job 4:2-10, so too will I restore to you not only what was taken, but far more to prove that I am the faithful God. Keep your heart humble. When I lift you up, some will marvel, some will envy, and others will try to exploit your success. But do not fear, for I will give you wisdom to discern who is true and who is false. Remember, position does not define your identity. Your identity has already been set by me. Live simply but stand strong in faith. Walk humbly but never forget the power I have placed within you. You will find that humility is what keeps you steady when the storms rise again. In the season ahead, I will not only bless you, but bless many others through you. I will extend your influence not so you may be praised, but so many may find light through you. Your words will touch broken hearts. Your actions will strengthen the weak. Your very presence will bring hope to those who have lost it. You will be a lamp set on a hill which cannot be hidden, and that light will not be your own but mine, shining through your life. Do not forget, the enemy will still try to harass, but he will never destroy you. He may attempt, he may speak, he may sow negativity, but all will fail, for I have sealed you with victory. As Isaiah 5:4-1-7 declares, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. This is my promise to you. Take hold of it, believe it, proclaim it, and walk in the certainty that no one can erase the plan I have for your life. My child, remember to pray always. Do not let busyness or success draw you away from me. It is prayer that will keep the fire within you burning. It is worship that will keep your heart tender. It is my word that will be the firm foundation preventing you from being swept away. Do not forget that you cannot live by your own strength, but only by the life that comes from me. Seek me each day, and I will guide your steps. Lean on me in every decision, and you will never lose your way. Finally, I want you to know that you have been destined for victory, for hope, and for glory. You are not one who has been cast aside, but one who has been chosen. You are not one who has been pushed away, but one who has been placed at the very center of my plan. You are not weak, you are my warrior. And one day when you look back, you will see that every pain, every trial, every betrayal was simply a step leading you to the place I promised. Therefore, rise up, walk forward with steadfast faith. Lift your voice in praise and live as a living testimony that the living God still works miracles, still keeps his promises, and still reigns over all things. This is your time. This is your season. And I, the Lord your God, have declared you will step into glory, and no one will be able to hinder it. Thank you for listening to today's message. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that together we may continue to receive the living word, build unshakable faith, and walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.